everybody. How you doing? Excuse me while I step up on this lumber right here. Whoa. Garden vlog number, I have no idea. We kind of stopped doing the garden vlogs, mainly because YouTube was kind of pissed. And Vicky is growing a baby. Yeah, my lady, she growing a baby. So we got kind of busy for the garden vlogs. And also, apparently YouTube doesn't like us sharing other stuff that's not fish related.
Oh.
Right? So I'm gonna do it anyhow, because whatever. All right, as probably the last time you guys checked in, you notice that the rest of the fence is done. I still haven't trimmed the tops though, so don't give me a hard time. It's about as good as it's gonna get for right now, right? Yes. Another part that we got in here is these are our blueberries. These are our blueberry bushes right here. We've got them in pots right now, and honestly, they didn't do that great this year, and a lot of that, Vicky thinks it has to do with the birds, which I agree. I don't disagree. The birds thought that the blueberries were pretty awesome, and they wanted to eat them and stuff like that, but I honestly think the biggest contributing factor is we've had them in these pots for a little while. Maybe, is this our third season? I think this is our third season with them in these pots. So now we've got a huge bed for them right here. I think this is 7 feet by 3 feet, I think, something like that. Probably just barely big enough for the 5 plants. But it's gonna work out pretty good, I think, in my estimation. Believe it or not, we are starting to run out of soil. Not like the earth or anything like that, but we had a giant pile of soil and we're pretty much out now because, well, here's the new gate. You know, this new gate is here now to keep the varmints out, I guess. But we've also got these new beds here, which you could probably see. And let me get behind the camera here a little bit so I can do a better job of explaining what is going on. Now, we've got a whole bunch of new beds going in for next year. This is going to be a great spot for all of the peas and all that stuff that needs a good amount of shade. As you can see here, those of you that follow on Facebook, you know that Vicky tagged me in this. This was an old aquarium stand that's now repurposed as Vicky's potting bench and stuff like that. Stuff gets stored right underneath there. And by the way, that is a marble countertop. It's nothing but the best for my lady. Also, we had a lot of grass and stuff in here that is long since gone now, and I think if I'm feeling crazy over ambitious, I might think I'm gonna concrete, but I really don't think that's gonna happen. We're just, what is she doing over there? She's just giving me the eye. What was that face?
Oh, that was we're not concreting this area, look.
Oh, she's too busy for that.
No.
Or I'm too busy for that.
We might beauty bark it.
We might beauty bark it, or maybe gravel or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, if I get overly ambitious, I start thinking, wow, I should put concrete in here or something, which not necessarily a great idea. In this front bed right here, we had all of our broccoli that went crazy. It was giant, and then we ate it all. So good luck finding any kind of documentation on that. Here's our pickling cucumbers that are gigantic. These are huge. They're doing pretty well. Although the plant themselves grew pretty modestly, they've got a ton. We've pulled cucumbers off of here so many times now that probably it's just.
Like, yeah, we gave away 2 boxes.
2 boxes, and we pickled a bunch.
13 jars of pickles.
Vicky pickled a bunch.
Yeah.
How many jars?
13 jars of pickles.
13 jars? We have some cabbages here. Some of them turned out awesome. Some of them turned out less than favorable. Why are you zooming in on my hand? Stop that, camera. But a big part of that is I guess we maybe gave too much water. They split was the only issue. They're still edible.
It rained.
And it had rained a bunch and cooled off, so they split a little bit. We still have a bunch of cucumbers going on here. Here's like your regular salad cucumbers. They're really, they're honestly really good. Pretty happy with how those came out. Even though now we're starting, you know, because we're going into the fall here, we're starting to get a little bit of like fungus. What is that? Fungus or mold or whatever that is on the mildew. Yeah. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's from the rain also.
Which is also from the rain, because it was really hot, really hot, really hot, and then for some reason it just got cold and rained. But our zucchinis went insane. We were still pulling tons of zucchinis out of here. I think if they were up in Alaska, they would have been award-winning. Down here, maybe just normal. Maybe just normal gigantic zucchinis. We still got pepper plants coming in. I believe these are going to turn into banana peppers, but I can't be 100%.
I have no idea. It was labeled as
sure.
bell pepper.
I think it was, yeah, it was labeled as a bell pepper that we got. This little guy, it's sprung forth and gone gigantic. Let me scoot over to the other side here. But yeah, the zucchini did fantastically. We've also got this little pepper guy, which I have no idea what it is.
Sweet.
Yellow sweet peppers? I don't know. They're kind of weird, but we'll see how they do. I don't know. We'll see if they hit enough heat over the end of the summer here to keep going for the next little push. But, you know, regardless, whatevs. Now, our tomato plants, on the other hand, went gigantically. And as a matter of fact, they've started budding these feathered things. What are these exactly? These feather things, babe? What is that? What does that do? But they're even budding again to grow more tomatoes. We haven't had a ton of red tomatoes yet. They just haven't ripened, but we're definitely getting there. We have a bunch in here that are just about there. A lot of heirlooms. We've taken a bunch off already. And then now it's even going north again. It's going skyward. So
we got 2 of the purple Cherokee tomatoes are ripe. We had 3 yellow heirlooms that became ripe.
Right.
And a handful of the red.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a bunch of these tomato plants grew gigantically. They were like way up there into the sky, and we had to knock them down significantly, but overall pretty happy. The strawberries, yeah, these are kind of depressing. The plants grew awesomely and no fruit. So just kind of a disaster. I think at this point, these plants are probably just gonna be chicken food, because they never really sent anything out for fruiting, which is annoying, but probably just a lot to do with our little area here, a little part of the world.
Well,
and
these were hula berries, so they were hybrids.
Right.
And the hybrids went wah wah wah.
Yeah, so the hula berries didn't make it. Well, they're strawberry hula berries, right? And they didn't make it, so yeah. Here's some of our lettuce. We've actually taken this to seed, and we're going to be collecting the seeds on those. We already harvested the Brussels sprouts, which didn't turn out that great. Not super happy with those. We probably need to get them into a different spot. But beets, carrots, the marigolds that were in here did fantastically well. And this bush will overwinter right here. A little bit of rosemary. Smells fantastically. We'll probably cook some pork or something with that. We also, over here on the other side, I'm trying not to lose our light. There we go. The raspberries are doing awesome. These will keep going for quite a while. So as we keep those going and growing, I'm super stoked for that because I love raspberries. And I'm thinking that next year we're probably going to expand this area, I think. Is our overall plan. We're going to be expanding this area and kind of just do more raspberries since those turned out so well. People were asking about the lemongrass. So lemongrass is doing ferociously, which is overall awesome because I think we'll probably grow lemongrass every year from here on out. If it can continue to grow and get bigger from here, that's a good thing because it's not quite ready to harvest yet. You can see that it's still fairly thin, but it will certainly get there. I believe, you know, we'll be having plenty of lemongrass. We'll be able to save a lot of that for over the winter. Our sage, apparently sage grows fantastically here in our garden. We have so much sage, it's ridiculous. We're gonna have to find some cool projects to do with that, and hopefully we'll make a video, I'm not sure. Nasturtiums, sacrificial nasturtiums did fairly well. They did their job that they were supposed to do. And these are our green beans, which as you can see are pretty monstrous and still sending out a whole bunch of new growth and all that. And we've already been pulling beans off of here, along with the neighborhood rodentia have been clamoring around in here and eating beans at night. So I'm doing my best to get rid of them. And there are the remaining marigolds right there, which did their thing for pest control, but not for the rodents. So I've got a job for me to try and get rid of those. But that's what's going on with our garden. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, or complaints, go ahead, throw them down below, and Vicky will never answer them, but I will, because I'm a friendly guy, right? I think, or something. Anyhow, from Vicky and me, later.